All right, here we're looking at problems 6 and 9 on the exercises given to you over the weekend. Tell whether the graph of each quadratic function opens upward or downward. So, first of all we're going to do is identify, first of all, looking at the A. So looking at the A value, in other words, the number that's multiplying the x squared, we see that it is negative. If the A is a negative number, that means that the parabola is opening downwards. Okay, so in this case, it would be down. Notice here, this A is also negative. So remember, A again is the letter, or the number, I should say, is the number that's multiplying the x squared term. If it is negative, that means the parabola is opening downwards. Okay, so the second part of this is then use a table of values to graph each function. Well, we should first find out, before we do the table of values, where the vertex is, because what we want to do is to pick our x values in such a way that we're going to capture the parabola. So our vertex consists of an ordered pair, an h, which represents our x coordinate, and our k, which represents our y coordinate. Okay, to find h, that we use the formula negative b over 2a. Negative b over 2a. All right, so looking at this first equation, y equals negative 3x squared. Y equals negative 3x squared. We see that in the form y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, that this is 0x plus 0. So our a is negative 3, our b is 0, our c is 0. So looking at plugging in these values for b and a, we see we have 0 over 2 times negative 3. 0 over 2 times negative 3. Well, anything 0 divided by anything is still 0. So our h, our x coordinate of this vertex is 0. Okay? And then we look at k, and k is simply to find the value of k. Let me erase this so now we can find the value of k. So to find the value of k, I simply take that vertex x coordinate, or the h, and now I'm going to plug that into my expression. So here I have k equal to negative 3 times 0 squared. So all we're doing is taking this expression now and replacing the x with the x coordinate of the vertex. So this turns out to be negative 3 times 0, which is 0. So our coordinate, our vertex, is 0, 0. So if I were to construct a table from this, what I would do is I'd take my x coordinate, or my h, and if this is my x column and this is my y column, y equal negative 3x squared, then I'm going to put my middle value as the x coordinate of the vertex. So I'm going to put this right here. And we know when h is 0, when the x coordinate of the vertex is 0, then the y coordinate is 0. So I'm going to take and place values of x on either side of this x coordinate, and then that'll give me points that'll allow me to be able to draw the parabola. So the first one I have is 0, 0. We've got that one done. Okay. Now if I replace x squared with negative 1, or replace x with negative 1, here I'm going to have negative 3 times negative 1 squared. Well, using our order of operations, we see that we do the square first. So negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. And 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. So when x is negative 1, y is negative 3. Let's find that on our graph. So negative 1, negative 3 is right there. Okay? Now, do the same thing for 1. If I take negative 3 and multiply that by 1 squared, I still get negative 3. So now I'm going to go to 1 and go to negative 3. Okay? Now let's go negative 2. So if I go negative 3 times negative 2 squared, well, negative 2 times negative 2 is 4, and 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. So here I would go, this would be negative 2, 12. Well, this goes down to 10, so I'd actually be down here 2 more. And I bet you if I plug 2 in for x, 2 squared is 4, and 4 times negative 3 is still negative 12. So basically, I've got myself a parabola with a vertex at 0, 0. It's pretty steep, and it's going to look like this.